Well, hello, everyone. I hope everybody is having a great Saturday and a great weekend so far. And for everybody that does celebrate, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. My name is Don Terrell, and I want to welcome you to another great episode of The Color of Motion, where I like to say stories come in all shades. And I highlight people of color and diverse backgrounds in the industry of motion graphics, animation, visual effects, cartoons, and comics. And super excited to be back at it for sure. Like I said, last week was kind of Thanksgiving weekend weekend, and so if you didn't or wasn't one that caught the actual 1 year anniversary episode, I did a rebroadcast of the show last week since I didn't do a live stream. So hopefully you had a chance to check that out. You always know the drill. Jump in, say hello, where you're tuning in from, so I can give you a shout out for sure. But so appreciate everybody for tuning in, and just glad to be back at it for sure. And so been looking forward to this episode. Make sure that you get connected with us. Jump into the Facebook group community. Where is that at? I want to make sure I throw that in for sure. Yep. Make sure that you join our Facebook group community, facebook.com/group/ the color of motion. The community is really growing. It's engaging where we share industry news, have great conversations, and just all around fun. So I definitely want you to get plugged in and be a part of our Color of Motion family for sure. Um, like I said, we got a lot of great things going on and happening for sure. Mr. Raul, wow, that is like really big. Let me size this down, put this up here where it belongs. Mr. Raul, I appreciate you tuning in from Jamaica, my Jamaican brother there. So glad to have you on Positive Vibration, man, for sure. So thank you for always tuning in and supporting the show as well. Like I said, jump in, say hello where you're tuning in from, and let me know so I can give you a big shout out. Like I said, we got a lot of things planned for the show and been kind of letting you know that. Oh, just a heads up, I have decided to kind of extend the little contest to get some Color of Motion swag. I originally said I was going to end it at December 1st, but I think I'm going to go ahead and extend it to Christmas. So up until the 25th. Because I know the last 2 weeks, the 25th and the 1st, I'm not doing, we're not broadcasting a live episode. So I'm going to take it up until the 25th for sure of this month. But you are able to win some cool Color of Motion swag. Let me throw that in there so you can check it out. But what you have to do is go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, check out that 1 year anniversary show, and comment. Get your swag on, and you'll be entered into the contest to, like I said, win some cool Color of Motion swag that we're going to start rolling out beginning of the year for sure. All right, we got some. Wow, let me jump back here to my other scene here. Appreciate, like I said, I always appreciate my viewers and fans for tuning in. But it's going to be a great contest, and definitely want you to, like I said, have the opportunity to get some cool swag that we are going to start rolling out, like I said, at the beginning of the year. I was hoping to get it done and out before Christmas and the holiday, but it's been kind of a tight last couple of months, or for sure. So definitely looking to unveil it at the beginning of the year. So, like I said, you still have an opportunity to get plugged in, get in on the contest. Like I said, all you have to do is go to the YouTube channel. Two things. One, make sure you subscribe. Two, just comment on the anniversary episode, get your swag on, and you will be entered. And I will be unveiling the uh, winner. I think the 25th is, so the 18th will probably be the episode that I unveil the winner for sure. Like I said, we got the website coming out beginning of the year. So, like I said, a lot of good things happening for the show. Definitely looking to, like I said, continue to level it up for sure. Also, please make sure that you. That's not the one I want to use. Let's jump over to this one. Make sure that you get plugged in with me on all my social media channels. I got so much stuff in here for sure. I'm gonna have to move these down. Oops, that is the wrong one. All right, that's right. Okay, we're having some fun here today. Make sure that you get plugged in on all my social channels here. Get connected with me. Make sure I'm pointing in the right direction for sure. Follow, connect with me, uh, and just get plugged in. Like I said, you can find me all these channels here. Again, we do broadcast the show live from LinkedIn, my LinkedIn page, the Facebook group community, Color Emotion, and you're able to check out the show on the YouTube channel for sure. But I always highly encourage people to get plugged into the YouTube channel because you're able to, like I said, check out all the other past episodes, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment on some of the episodes for sure. That definitely helps out the algorithm. But there you'll be able to check out all the other past great episodes that we've had and guests on the show for sure. So please hop on over there and again be a part of the community. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, just keeping it kind of short and sweet. We are fast coming up on, like I said, the Christmas holiday. So I hope everybody is getting in the spirit and really enjoying this season for sure. So I think that is really pretty much all the news I got for this episode. Uh, so with that, let's kind of dive into. I definitely want to make this. This is going to be not short, but it's definitely not going to be as long as the other one because I'm expecting my guest time difference, a big time difference. So he's really appreciate him staying up late to be a part of the show. So with that, let's get the ball rolling. My next guest is a character artist based in Cairo, Egypt. So now you can understand the time difference. It's like really late there, 10 o'clock. So, and has worked in Dubai and Brazil. He's learned lots of stuff in his 15-year journey working in the industry now and always learning and switching gears on new disciplines and focuses. He's worked on commercials, films, video clips, and games. It's been a long ride, but he still feels like he's got more learning to do. And when you see his work, you're going to wonder, really? you got more. Well, we all got more learning to do, but he does some awesome, amazing work, and like I said, you're gonna really enjoy it. Please, everybody, help me welcome my very special guest and friend, all the way from Cairo, Egypt, Mr. Omar Mansour.
Hey, hey.
Gotta bring you on in style, Mr. Omar.
That's cool, man. Cool stuff.
We have to bring our guests on in style, make you the star that you are.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate you so much. Like I said, I know it is crazy late over in Cairo.
All right. It's 11, by the way. It's 11.
Oh man, but like I said, I appreciate you so much for being on the show and being a part of the Color of Motion family and being my friend there. Like I said, it was so great connecting with you.
It's cool, man. I feel excited about this talk as well, and I've been waiting some time for us uh,
Yeah,
to get it on. Yeah.
we connected a little while ago, and like I said, I immediately fell in love with your work and just so amazed by your talent. And like I said, it's hard to believe. Well, like I said, you're always learning, so you're always gaining skills. But man, when you see your work, it's like, okay, how much more learning do you have to do? Because you are super good.
Thanks, man. Thanks. But it's like it's I always keep thinking like you can never stop. You can never stop evolving. So.
For
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
yeah. And
I guess
always,
no. Go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. No, I was just going to ramble about work and stuff. So I guess let's not skip ahead. So yeah,
Well, we got some, and like I said, hopefully, if you guys really, like I said, I would love to have you guys really participate in the broadcast, and I can give you a shout out with your name and everything. We got some, as it is right now, like I said, if you really want to participate and have your name shown, and so please give Ecamm permission to pull your avatar and information so I can see your name and we can see your face and really give you a shout out. Go to ecamm.com/connects. I think it's plural, connect. And that will and give Ecamm permission to pull your name and everything. As it is, like I said, I think I have to really kind of look on my Facebook page. It's really a Facebook thing. Facebook is really kind of picky about that. But really, this is she must be related. Dina Mansour.
this is my sister.
Appreciate you supporting brother there. Younger or older sister?
She's my older sister.
Okay, well, appreciate you supporting baby brother there and checking out his episode there. I know you have to be extremely proud of his talent and what he's doing for sure. Let's see, Mr. Jaleel, I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, you see that if you don't give Ecamm permission, it just from Facebook side, it just really comes up Facebook user. But I am monitoring the Facebook group broadcast, so I am able to see the names. That's why I'm able to call out names. But I appreciate you tuning in. AIK Khalid, I appreciate. That might be it. Al Khalid. I appreciate you, and I'm not even Tachi Scotchy. I'm not even going to try and decipher that. But I appreciate you tuning in for sure as well. So we got another one. This Dina is really supporting baby
Yeah,
brother. Go Omar, go. I appreciate that. Islam Sudan, and please forgive me. I'm
yeah.
trying to pronounce the names as best I can. So grant me a little grace, everybody. I appreciate that. But like I said, I am super excited about this and been looking forward to sitting down and chopping it up with you for a while, Omar. Let's just get kind of started. I mean, what was it that kind of got you started, on this path? What was it that really sparked your, love and passion for 3D and character?
I'll tell you, it was like it all began with having Nintendo before and playing this game, old video game. It was Street Fighter,
Oh yeah, yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. So like before, I didn't know how games were made, what, and I was really really young. So I thought, like if I get some drawing paper and a pencil, maybe I can make a game as well. So I started drawing characters and trying to make a game level, which I didn't know like at the time that it's what I'm trying to design is a game level, and I was thinking about how he would go in and out of places and stuff, instead of fighting in a like head-to-head fashion. It
Yeah.
should be like an adventure game and for something. So this is how it all begun, and then I started grabbing a copy of 3D Max and trying to make a logo, and it was very hard, because I didn't know like where to go from here, what should I do. So it all started with a logo and it evolved into characters. So yeah.
So, and I'm curious, um, is how is the industry over in Cairo? I mean, do you have a lot of schooling there for animation, 3D, and that type of thing, or were you having to kind of go online and find a school or go somewhere else to kind of find, additional education for it?
Well, it was really a mix of many things, but here in Egypt there's like the industry now, it's booming, but maybe in the like when it was around 2000, early 2000s, it was very, very, very scarce. It was only about two or three studios in all of Cairo, because mainly Cairo is the capital, so this is where like it attracted people to make this kind of computer graphics and try to apply 3D into commercials. So it all started with commercials at first in the beginning, and then it moved into a bit of movies, and now the gaming industry is starting to catch up here. So for me to learn, like it was really books originally. I started with books, just trying to get a book and reading it and try to follow along with the tutorial. And it was very hard, and having like old CD-ROMs and stuff. It,
Yeah, I remember
it was,
CDs.
yeah, it was really like a game of patience. You need to have lots of patience just to get an idea. And at the time, and this is like maybe something people like who are coming onto this like industry should know. It's not about the tools that it's how well you can use them. Like if you can use one tool and create like appealing art with it, it will save you lots of time. Because when I started, I thought maybe if I knew about this and that and grab a little bit, maybe I'll be a really good artist. But it didn't work out. It's how well you can really model something or animate something or light a scene. This is how well it works. So after I like from going from books and that stuff, and then starting to work in the industry, this really helped me a lot, because once you get on and try to apply what you know and produce something out of it, it really makes, because you learn on the spot, it really saves you lots of time. So, and after that, I decided just I need to specialize a lot in character art. So I thought, why not? There's this huge artist, and he's pretty well known. Alex Alvarez. Lots of
Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Alex
Alex.
Oliver. I'm sorry. Alex Oliver. Alex Oliver. He's
Oh,
Brazilian, right?
okay.
So at the time he was working for Blizzard, right? And he was sculpting stuff over at the United States. So I like it. I saved up some money and I talked to him and told him, "Hey, do you like? Would you give a workshop to me if I came visited you in Brazil? And would you do this?" And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And then he told me, "Let me check it out." So he disappeared for a month, maybe or two, and then he came back. Are you still serious about coming to Brazil? And man, this was completely. Sometimes I keep thinking like I must have been out of my mind. The story is coming. Like just wait for it, right? So we agreed on everything. Like yeah, we'll do like some anatomy stuff and traditional sculpting and lots of armatures and all of that. So I grabbed my ticket, had my travel bag ready, all the way from Egypt, right?
Wow.
Traveled to Brazil, very long trip, right? And I got there, no one is speaking English. No one is speaking English. Everyone is speaking Portuguese. And he was the only guy that around me that spoke English. And it was really hard, so it was very, very tough, and everyone is speaking Portuguese. And like Brazilians, they are really fun people. They like to have lots of fun. So I'm sure like everyone was just having fun with me, and I didn't know what the hell they were saying. Right?
Oh man, that is a big investment to
Yeah.
just pay to go and have. And I'm assuming it was like just one on one, him teaching you this, or was he
Yeah.
doing like a class with other people?
Well, I like it was one on one, and then I joined with other group classes as well. I thought like, what the hell? If I'm here, then I have nothing to lose. It's like just go for it and and try to grab as much information as I can. And like the plan was for me to stay for 3 weeks just in Brazil, and I ended up loving the place and stayed for 3 years there.
Oh wow, three
Yeah,
years. Wow,
3 years.
years.
I
So were you
I, I worked.
working? Did you work over there, or was that
Yeah,
3 years
yeah.
just
After
learning?
I learned Portuguese, I got a job and I started and I lived there and learned Portuguese. And everyone that was like, everyone couldn't imagine that. How the hell did I learn Portuguese? I didn't take classes at all. I just learned it from listening from people to people.
Wow.
Just hearing people talk, and I like chicken is frango, okay. Carne is meat, okay. Because each and every time I went to the restaurant, the only thing I ordered was frango, man. Hell, hell, frango, my hell with frango, man. I'm sick of frango.
Hey, that's the best way to learn a language. Just immerse yourself and jump right in. I tell you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is amazing. That's amazing. I'm curious, were your parents really kind of supportive of your talent and skill and wanting to do this, or?
Well, yeah, like my mom was very supportive. She was like, "Yeah, keep going for it." But of course, when the cubs leave, it's when the parents they start to get worried about their children, and especially going to a place like really far off
Yeah,
from how we perceive life in Egypt.
yeah,
How we see it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it was very different,
yeah,
very
yeah.
different.
Wow. I'm curious. What do you feel like? Uh, the biggest thing you took away from that experience of just going over there. I'm assuming that was probably your first time kind of going that far away from
Yeah.
Cairo. What do you feel like was your biggest kind of takeaway from just doing that?
It must be like I know everyone is always trying to sell themselves as, they are the biggest or they are the toughest or strongest or. And once you open like LinkedIn or social media stuff platforms, people are always like, we are the, how they sell themselves, like we're the best,
Yeah.
But what I learned from Brazil is like we are really, really, I won't say insignificant, but as people, we are very small. Like we don't, how we measure all of what we believe in, all of our ideas, it doesn't apply anywhere else in the world, or what you think you are is like when you're naked, I mean, like naked away from your family,
Yeah.
without money, support, without friends, we are really a human being is not like it's not what you see on social media. Like
Yeah.
we need to, and this is what I think is like it's, we are small, so that's why I always keep thinking I need to really learn a lot and always have an open mind. Yeah. So that's it.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, what was your? I mean, what was it that your deciding factor of going back to Cairo as opposed to? I mean, you had been there 3 years and was working.
Yeah.
Was your goal always to go back to Cairo, or was it maybe, you know, okay, I'm in Brazil, maybe try, the U.S. industry, in animation and come
I
here?
was I was I was trying there. I was trying to like land something, but it didn't work out. Because it really depends. And I'm honest. At the time, it really depends on your skill. If you once you are really good enough at anything that you do, this is where the world always opens its arms for you. It's like, yeah, we need you. We want you to work with us on this and that. But if you're still struggling or you're junior to mid level, this is where you get like the small, like you don't get paid well and the
Yeah,
treatment doesn't really go so well. So once you start approaching the senior level or professional level, this is where things really change, and it's really a small percentage of people that get there because it needs a lot of hard work. It's not easy to be a good character artist, and I'm not claiming that I'm a good character artist. I am always like always looking ahead, always looking upwards to try to become better.
yeah,
Like I study a lot, and I always keep trying to sculpt stuff, learning new techniques. Looking at tutorials, watching YouTube videos. It's not easy. It's not an easy industry, and if you want to be good, but what keeps me going is like when I think like people like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, all of these guys like hanging from the church wall, painting on the roof.
yeah,
For how many years was it?
yeah. A lot
You
of
know,
years.
a lot of years, and Leonardo da Vinci working on a sculpt for a very long time. So this is how good you have to be. If you want to be really good, you have to be prepared to walk the miles.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road. So
Yeah, yeah, and I think you made a good point, um, and I think that's what, like you said, kind of sets the really good ones apart is that they know that they're constantly learning and working to make their skills better, and
yeah.
just continue to sharpen their skills. At what point did you feel like, okay, I am at this level? I mean, was it? Kind of before you left Brazil, or was it when you kind of got back to Cairo that you felt like, okay, I'm at a really kind of high level? I mean, of course, there's always still more to learn, but I feel like I'm my skills are really good.
Well, like from Brazil, I went to like I got a job offer in Dubai, right? I was working for a studio platform. We were working mainly on TV animation series stuff, or cartoons, like, and it had lots of seasons, lots of episodes, so it was pretty cool. And like at the company we were working for, they decided to have their own show, so we started concepting lots of stuff, testing out lots of stuff. At what like what when did I feel like I'm becoming better, or yeah, I would say like when we have a tight deadline and I just get up and I get up to make some coffee or grab some food. You know, it's like, yeah, I know how this will be done. It's like I'm not nervous anymore. Just the crunch time, and I'm not stressed because I know it's gonna be done. So this is when I started realizing that I'm becoming better. You know, I'm becoming better. But like I'm at the moment, I'm doing like a kind of a mentorship. It's a mentorship with an amazing artist, an amazing art. He's one of the best in the industry for games, right? Georgian. His nickname is Nimlot, right? He's
Yeah.
one of the. I look up to him every day. You know, he's amazing, and lots of crunching and grinding on anatomy. You know, and no matter how hard or like how much time passes for me, like just sculpting faces, anatomy, bodies, and stuff, it's just never enough. Like the guy can finish a character
Wow,
in 10 days, a full cast. So he's amazing, man. He's amazing. So this is you always have to look at and see and strive and look at what people are up to. So that's
Well,
what's up.
so
Yeah.
I mean obviously I guess your tool, I mean, do you use Maya, ZBrush to create your stuff, and how was it kind of the learning curve as far as the tools itself?
In terms of tools, it was mainly like just grabbing stuff over from YouTube, looking at old CD tutorials. They're still around, by the way. Like, but now someone uploaded them to YouTube. I just look at them sometimes just to like nostalgia, you know, remembering how the struggle, you know. But in terms of tools, it's pretty easy to learn. Like I'll tell you, once the thing that people or I keep trying to develop is how I observe stuff because it's mainly a visual industry. So it's how you see your work. You know how the output. It really depends on the output. So once you work on observing, like and knowing that this how this needs to look good, then it will really make a difference because tools are easy
Yeah.
once you know how to observe and you get the directions from the art director and you can apply it and get to where he sees the work, then this cannot be replaced by any tool. It's like how you observe your eyes make a big difference. You know, like this looks like shit and this looks good. So so like
Yeah.
the art director at the company now that I'm working with at DigiMonsters,
Yeah.
Adam Conway. He's an amazing man. He's really an amazing artist. Like how would I summarize his working with him is economy of lines. You don't need lots of details. Just economy of lines. How he like summarizes a character, for example, and how he angles for the character. How, like how everything is like you have a curved line and opposite you have a straight line, but it's a play of different lines and shapes together. He gets the job done, man, and it's
Also,
amazing to see. It's amazing to see this skill. Yeah,
now you worked in a lot of different areas, like you said, commercials, films, video clips, games. Is there one that you kind of like more than the other, or because you kind
I
of
love
spoke
games. I
games? So
love
like you
working
say,
on
you
games.
kind of work. So all your characters designs is for games, for the most part.
Yeah, but I worked on some stuff for TV series, right? And like worked on games as well. And I did some stuff for movies, but it wasn't really characters. It was mostly like lots of sets, working on sets
Sets
for
and prop.
movies, yeah,
Okay.
environments and props and all of that stuff. Lighting some stuff, with the HDRIs from the set and all of that. But like I'm focused on video games for characters, so characters for video games, and I completely love it because I love like working on a character and seeing it in game. It's amazing, like how
Yeah.
it moves and how it interacts with other characters. You feel like, yeah, man, yeah,
And like I said, for everybody just jumping on, we're having a great conversation with 3D character artist and friend Omar Mansour, who does, like I said, some amazing work. And we're going to take a quick look at some of his work here, and you'll be amazed as well, for sure. Um, like I said, you do some just crazy modeling for sure. Is obviously for games, when it comes to the character, it has to be optimized, really well, polygonal
yeah.
wise, for the game to really work with it. Do you get to that point, or are you at the kind of beginning where you're, like I said, because this looks like a. I mean, I'm not sure what the polygon count is on this, but it looks kind of crazy with just like the detail and everything. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it is from the texturing. Do you
Yeah.
also do texturing as well, or are you strictly kind of on the modeling side?
No, I do textures as well. No, for this character, I actually went over the top a little with the poly count. It's around maybe 150K or something
Okay.
triangles. So yeah, but I get to the optimization also. Like yeah,
Now, and I've had several, like I said, game modelers and gaming people on, and the gaming industry, especially like I said over here, is just it's bigger than the film industry, financially wise. Are you kind of surprised at just kind of how games are just like I said, they're almost cinematic now, and most game companies are spending a lot of money on even just the trailers and what you're able, like what you would normally think of a game.
well, it's a big thing because it has a huge audience. It has a huge base. Lots of people are into video games. Lots of people are playing games. And definitely it's like like just like look at football, the football or soccer matches, right? Lots of people watch it, so why not invest in it and have a wider base all the time? Just keep building and keep building, and
Yeah.
that's why lots of the companies they invest a lot into games, try to make them special and have grab the players' attention for a long time, and make the game playable
Yeah. Yeah.
so it gets a wider audience.
Now is because really it's like I said, it's big over here, and really they are really big in the gaming space, but they are starting to branch out in film. A lot of film is starting to use like Unreal Engine because it is
Yeah,
such a realistic, and you can get such beautiful work from it. Is that primarily what you're using for the games over there, Unreal?
yeah, we are using Unreal for now, and because it's a very it gets really very high output, beautiful work. Once you get the stuff optimized and really good, you get really good like appealing art from it,
Yeah,
So Unreal is the way to go, But Unity is catching up. Unity is catching up, and it's used for many other like 2D indie games,
yeah, yeah,
2D or indie games. They use lots of Unity.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
yeah,
like I
but
said,
Unreal is
you,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
no, and I was gonna say, and like I said, now they're using Unreal in a lot of film production. Like I said, Mandalorian was done using the Unreal Engine, and obviously that's something, uh, that Unity kind of wants to start to, get a little slice of the pie because
Yeah.
they recently purchased Weta, or got Weta technology, so and going to
Mm.
implement a lot of what Weta has done with their films and stuff, and it's just amazing the work that has been coming out of it. Are there particular, like I said, you're a character artist, but and so I'm guessing character games are really kind of the thing you like. But is there a genre that you kind of love doing? Is sci-fi versus say you know
Mm.
adventure type games, or is it just whatever character game that has a character design you really love?
Look, like for a long time, and it really created lots of problems. Like there are lots of dominions to be good at in art. So if you want to say like you are a good character artist, like you have the stylized characters, you have realistic stuff, you have like it has different branches. For me, and this has been an issue for some time, I really like working on everything, man. Everything. Everything, everything. Just give me, let me try it, man. Let me try, please, please, let me try it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, and that's a good.
So,
I mean, that's a good thing for sure. And obviously, where's? Let me see if I can find that shot again. Yeah, this was like I said, obviously kind of a different style of character
yeah,
for you. Um, so you obviously have a great grasp of just and love for just doing all different kinds of characters for sure.
yeah, exactly. And, I don't mind if I'm weak at something. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I just keep working at it and, like, but I like to make, like, realistic characters, but it's painful and it's hard and it needs lots of time.
For all you
But
future modelers out there, it is a
yeah,
painful process.
it's a
Um,
painful process. Yeah,
but like I said, I marvel at seeing people that can do those type of characters that really can do those ultra realistic type of modeling and
yeah,
texturing and stuff because it, like I said, it really is an intensive process to do for that. For that, typically, how long would like say this character have taken you to do? Let me jump to the full one. How long did it
yeah.
take you to do this character?
Well, this took around a year, man. A year of hard work. Really,
So, what's the
really.
typical? But in a production environment,
Ah,
how
this
long?
won't work. A year. It needs around 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, yeah, 3 months just to get the work and optimized and ready. But the character keeps changing along the timeline until the game is released. Like maybe a week before the game is released, the whole character might change.
Oh
So
wow, wow.
that's why you can never get attached to any work that you do. Yeah, but this guy, he has a very strong story behind him. Like this character, the one that you're showing now.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm not sure, but if you like, there's this Olympic medalist, gold medalist, Karam Gabor. He's a wrestler,
yeah.
right? Greco-Roman wrestler. So I got his his face, and I started modeling it, and then I used to go like visit the museum for some time, and using the all the jewelry and weapons from Tutankhamun's
Yeah.
yeah, stuff, jewelry, and I applied it to him as a character. So it was a lots of hard work and passion, man.
Oh man,
And
and definitely you can see the detail and the passion for it because, like I said, it's such amazing modeling, for sure. We kind of touched on it a little earlier. I mean, um, is gaming really big in Cairo, or is film kind of big, or is television animation really kind of big in Cairo?
TV and film now, and commercials. It's mainly commercials for 3D
Yeah,
and TV series, and then you have film stuff. And now it's really like most of the films that are now released in Egypt, they must have lots of 3D and VFX scenes in them, right? Games is catching on, and it's like mainly stuff, mobile games and that stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Um,
but it's yeah, like you can't maybe a double A studio, but that's it.
yeah, yeah. I'm interested. Um, are you starting to see uh, a lot more uh, character artists come from Cairo and Egypt in that area? Or like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of great talent there. But are you starting to see a lot more start to, come to the forefront and start to say, okay, this is something that's really, big and something that I really can do?
Yeah, there are lots of good character artists in Egypt. I won't say a lot, but there are like some really good character artists people like here coming out, and you know their work is amazing. Honestly, it's really it makes you like more motivated to keep working hard and trying to like reach where you want to go and that stuff. So it's really good to look at other people's work all the time, and especially if like they live in the same city where you are. So
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah.
yeah. Well, do you feel like now you're at a point in your career and on your journey where you're really, really confident in your skills and what you could do? Because I know, like, or do you still have those moments of imposter syndrome and feeling like, okay, you know?
If you ask this to an artist and he tells you, "Yeah, I'm confident and I can do it," then he's definitely lying, man.
I'm gonna have to
Like,
do. I'm gonna have to do an explosion on that one. That was a bomb, everybody that he dropped.
yeah,
If you say you're confident, you're lying.
yeah. You can never have an artist that is confident, because one day you're like working and like for example trying to capture the likeness of a person.
Yeah.
You're working hard, and you really feel like you go to sleep at night and you feel like, yeah, man, Michelangelo is going to sleep now, right?
Oh
you
man.
wake up the next you wake up the next day, right? Just grab your coffee, go check out the model. Now Michelangelo is gone.
They say Michelangelo probably went to sleep, but I don't know who woke
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh man, that is hilarious, hilarious. So what do you? I mean, to this point, what do you feel like has been the best piece of advice that somebody's kind of given you, and that has really served you well?
Let me tell you something, man. You know, the best serving piece of advice is always the bad comments and the negative stuff. This is what I always use to keep working hard.
Really?
It's not about someone telling me good work and you're doing a good job, and this doesn't get you anywhere. You have to be kicked around and roughed up a lot so you can keep working hard. You know, because what else am I going to do? Just sleep around and play video games? It doesn't work. So you have to get negative comments, and people have to be mean to you.
Yeah.
And it's not that they choose to be. It's like just some random hatred, but it's good. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, I mean, but for you, which, and I get like constructive criticism from somebody that's really giving you a critique that's meant to, like, say, from your mentor or somebody that you really look up to that's giving you a critique that's constructive, as opposed to just say the general, I would say, haters that just
Mm.
hate on you because you're good and they don't put in the work to be good and just want to
Yeah.
hate on you.
Well, like from Georgian, what I normally get is like Georgian is a very tough guy. He's a very tough guy, so you can't expect lots of love from him. But it's like, he gets up one day and he's like, he knows I might be really excited about working or trying to add something, and he goes like, "Yeah, Omar, I guess you have spent enough time on this. Time to move on." So that's the positive comment.
Oh man! But see, you take that. I mean, from him, somebody
No,
that's,
that means I'm good.
yeah,
That means I'm good. I'm
that
good.
means
Yeah, yeah,
something from
yeah,
him,
yeah,
coming from him.
yeah.
Man, your sister there, constructive critique here. Oh, so does your sister give you constructive critique?
I'll tell you something, man. Like, you have your friends, and then you have your mom, right? So your friends they might not bother, or it's like, they might want not to like make you feel bad, but your mom, she doesn't really give a shit. It's like, it's, honestly, man, like you have this, like you have everyone around, then you have your mom. She goes like, "Yeah, are you doing this? Are you sure you're gonna get some work doing what you're doing?"
Yeah, I think a lot of parents are like that. It's like, I
Yeah,
don't know if you're going to make a living out of this. You might want to have a backup. I think a lot of my mom was like that too. She she
yeah,
she saw my talent, but she just, she said you might want to have a backup because she wasn't sure how it was going to translate into something that could make a living for you.
yeah,
And I think
exactly.
all
Yeah.
parents are kind of like that, for
Mhm.
sure.
It's out of love, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
out of love. Definitely out of
Yeah.
love for sure. Um, are you looking to kind of pave the way for more Egypt? Is Egyptians the right
Yeah,
term?
Egyptian, yeah.
Egyptians, Egyptians coming up creatively and really kind of mentor younger Egyptians coming up.
I was like working at a place here, and I was teaching lots of people character art and low quality stuff and games. So yeah, paving the way for people to walk like an Egyptian, man.
Now, hey, I did not say that, everybody. Oh my God. He had to throw that one in there. I did not say that, everybody. So it came from Omar himself. Walk like an Egyptian. Now that one was good. That one was. I'm gonna have to put a little DJ horn on that one. But saying that, what's the perception of the industry over there from over there on, say, Western style um, animation games that you see, the type of work that's coming out from over here? What's kind of the perception that you have and Egyptians have from the Eastern perspective, looking over in the West?
Like you mean as an
Well,
aesthetic, or
as
you mean?
far as the work coming out,
Hmm.
because I think that's, and I think that's the thing that and I don't know, maybe it's, because I'm over here, that's kind of perception, but I think most people think that everybody from outside the country is trying to come over here because all the studios, all the work, and this the quality of the type of work that's coming out over here is just, whether it's films, games, whatever it may be. Obviously, that's not the case because there's great work coming out from everywhere. But a lot of people, like students, are rushing to try to work at Disney or Pixar, come over here to get work, and all the studios are over here? Or are you starting to find that Western studios are starting to come into the country and really look for talent that's there?
Well, thanks to, like, it might be a positive something out of Corona, like the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, most people are working as remote artists. Like, they're looking for remote work, right? So, like, how people perceive this, like, Western art or stuff, it's the idea of getting lots of people together and working as a team, the organization to produce artwork. And this is hard, it's not easy to maintain, like, how many artists working together and trying to, like, make some really good output, like in terms of commercials or film or games. Or so it's the thing, like, maintaining a team and producing good quality work. This is like what people always admire about, like, the Western culture of art now. And let me add something, like something I really discovered, and this, it really made a huge impact on how I see work. Because for you to be a really good artist, it's not about the tools or what you're using, or even like observation. It's like your state of mind and mentality. Lots of people, once you isolate yourself and you really keep working hard, you will be unidimensional in your life, right? Like, you'll have a struggle to start up conversations with people, for example. And I have artist friends that I have the same thing. But what I discovered, it's a difference between Western and East, perception of life. Like, the way mostly people from the East look at life is that everything is connected.
Mhm.
Everything is connected. The way, which I guess that might be not true, is that Westerners do is like everything is boxed up in stuff.
Yeah.
And you can really isolate your ideas. You can really isolate, like, different behaviors, and you can really split. And I think in art, this is very vital and important, because you can really work methodically up and onto something and pull it up together in the end to have a really good artwork, you know. So Eastern stuff, it's like, and it shows in art. Like, I'll tell you something. If you start looking at Eastern artwork or sculptures, it mostly has lots of curves in it, right?
Yeah.
And sweeping lines. But once you look at Western art, it's mostly angles and lots of sharp lines. And this is how people. This is a big difference between West and East in art in general, right? So,
Awesome. Awesome. Really, I know it's vital, just as a creative, to have outside things that you're doing that help to kind of feed, the main thing that you're doing. What are some of the things that you do, that help to inspire your character design? Like you said, you mentioned earlier going to museums and seeing other things. What other interests do you do and like to do that kind of help, when you kind of release that tension of working constantly, and just taking that time to, like I said, have a life outside
yeah.
of characters.
Yeah, well, I like, there are too many things happening now, right? That I always keep doing. I love diving. I love diving a lot. Like, diving in the Red Sea is
Oh
one of
wow.
the most. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, right? And doing Latin dance.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This is, I like. It grabbed onto me from Brazil, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, for sure. Are you looking to maybe get back there to either visit, or maybe
You know,
get to?
like, if I go to Brazil, I'll blow everything off and just I'll live on the beach, man, and and disappear from like the internet and everything, right?
Oh
Yeah.
man, oh man. And I like to say that this is. Do you feel like this is a great time to be a content creator because you have these so many different channels of getting your artwork and your content out there? I mean, for you, do you feel like that?
It needs lots of work, like being a content creator and stuff. It needs lots of work and dedication. And, you know, I don't think I can like do it. Maybe not now. Maybe if I was living on the beach in Brazil, I can.
Well, and to that point, do you feel like you said, it does take a lot of work and discipline getting good at something. Do you feel like that's lacking in a lot of up and coming you know creators that your character
Mm,
creators that you're seeing, or do you feel like you have come across a lot of people that are really putting in the time and the energy? Because like I said, I know over here you may get your mix. You may get some that, like I said, they see somebody else's work and they kind of try and measure what they're doing up against, say, somebody like you that's really put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to get good at what you do.
well, it's like out of 10 people, and this is like out of 10 people, you get 2 people who are really good, who are really invest, because it's a hard industry. It's not easy, and it's marketed like it's easy and you can get fast results out of it. Just use this plugin, use this program, but it's not true.
Yeah,
Like to be good at it, you have to really put lots of time into it and effort and energy, and that's not easy. So lots of people give up and they choose to be on the mediocre path, and it's easy,
yeah,
it's easy instead of failing, and like how much you try to avoid the feeling that you have failed and accepting it. If you want to get somewhere, you will
yeah,
have to accept that you are going to fail constantly.
yeah,
You are going to fail constantly, and there's going to be lots of frustrations and letdowns. So
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you have to get used to it.
Yeah, yeah, and it really, I like to look at it is, there really, is no such thing as failure if you're learning something. Failure is just learning, and
Yeah,
iterating from that unsuccessful attempt. Like I said, I think Thomas Edison must have did like 1,000, failed 1,000 times, and it's that 1,001 time. So I think as long as you're coming from it as, I'm gonna learn something from this. I'm gonna get some kind of skill from this, even if it's not good. This iteration is not the best iteration. If I go into it with, I'm trying to learn and get better, I think you will get better at it. But like you said, I think a lot of people don't get into the fundamentals of whatever it is that they're trying to learn. And like I said, you got a lot of schools, you got a lot of advertising out there that, oh, okay, use this plugin, use that plugin, use that, as opposed to learning the skill of, say, character character designing. You really dive into, I'm sure you dive into and really study anatomy and really
yeah,
dive into what makes the human body, like it is, and how you can really make it look as real as you do. Takes a lot of work and takes a lot of practice.
yeah, that's true. Well, growing thick skin helps.
Yeah, that helps too. I think that's, like you said, I think that's another thing that, like I said, so many people, which is kind of a dual-edged sword with, I think the internet is really a great thing, but it can also let it can also people can also let it cripple them because, like I
Yeah.
said, they'll look at somebody and trust me. I go to Art Station and look at some of the talented people that are on Art Station, and I'm like, some people can really let that dissuade them from,
Mm,
you know, really taking the time to learn how to get that good because they're
yeah.
constantly comparing themselves to somebody else.
Mm. That's a big mistake to do. Like just keep working on your artwork and try to get better. And you know when you will get better. When you're really good, you will know it. You don't have to get thousands of likes on Facebook. You don't have to. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like like it's about just keep going at it. Because what the hell are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Just
Sit on the beach.
sit. I would take that any.
Oh my, you crack me up, man. Oh man, for you, what would be a kind of dream project or something that you would really love to sink your teeth into at this point? That man, that would be a great challenge. I would love to try that. What would be that kind of one thing for you?
Well, it's actually happening right now with the studio that I'm working on. We're working on a new game. It's going to be released on next year. Like it has been 6 months now down the line. 1 year, one more year to go,
Wow.
and it's a new game coming out, and hopefully lots of people are going to play it. Man, it's amazing. It's yeah.
Well, has there ever been? I mean, at this point, are I mean, like you said, you're constantly learning, and you never think that you're the best. But has there been something where you're sat down and looked at a character and just wasn't really sure how you were going to kind of make it come to life, bring it together? It took a minute for you scratching your head thinking about how am I going to do this. Has there
Yeah, well,
has there ever been a character or a project like that for you?
like yeah, like at the moment, I cannot speak a lot about it, but the game has lots of creative aspects to it, to the characters and the design, and it really stumbles us and throws us down all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's a new kind of like it's a new kind of style that's hard to apply in digital means. So
Oh,
that's what we're trying to fix. Yeah,
are
I
you
will
got?
let you know about it when it's released.
And
Definitely.
when, like I said, we're definitely going to have you back on for that to talk about that when it's released for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody that's just tuning in, we're having a fun, super fun conversation. I keep going back to your walk like an Egyptian. I don't know why. Now you got that song rolling in my head
Exactly.
constantly
Yeah.
now, man.
Yeah.
um, Too funny, man. Oh man, I didn't forget my question there. um, for you, uh, is that your kind of um, overriding goal now? Is just to continue to level your skill up and just get better and better? I mean, do you see yourself at a point where you'll finally feel like you've arrived, or for you is it all about keeping that sense of I gotta sharpen, I gotta get better, I can get better, I can get better, I can push myself further and further with what I'm doing?
It's an addiction, but it's not healthy, and I have suffered a lot from its effects. But it's I'm working on like a side project right now, and it's been some time trying to make a very realistic character for games that's heavily optimized and ready. So once I get this down, I'm sure it's like it will make me feel a lot better because I've been working on it for a long time now. So yeah,
We're gonna throw up a few more comments there. Mohammed Bagat. I hope I
Yeah,
pronounced. I hope I pronounced
yeah.
that correctly. I know I didn't, so forgive me, Mohammed. Hi, Omar. I really miss you there. Appreciate you tuning in for sure and commenting. Uh, on it. Like I said, I'm enjoying the conversation. Please jump in and engage with us as well. Like I said, we're having a lot of fun here talking about Omar's journey. Let me throw this in here. I just wanted to ask about the project Karam Gabar, what kind of reference you use for Karam and his Pharaoh accessory images, 3D scans, photogrammetry. I love this project so much. Did you use photogrammetry or did you just look at,
I didn't.
all the different stuff and just go back and model it?
No, I got lots of pictures and especially stuff from the museum, lots of stuff online, and then I just started modeling, but there's no photogram, no 3D scans as well. It's all built from scratch in
Awesome.
ZBrush or in Maya. So yeah,
Man, I'm just, like I said, um, I hate to say it, but like I said, I know you say you got to put in the hours, but like I said, I just Maya just seems so daunting for me as a 3D package. And while I love kind of playing around in ZBrush,
yeah,
just the thought of doing something realistic and doing it is a lot. So I
yeah.
guess you kind of do you kind of look at and get into sculpture work as well, looking at actual sculptures, and going to museums and looking at actual, like I said, Da Vinci sculptures, those type of things to really get a good sense of 3D and
Definitely,
characters.
it's like it really helps once you look at. There's this great two sculptors that are really great, and for me to like view their work in real life was very. It's like it's unbelievable. It's better than real life. Bernini and Rodin. They
Mm,
are two Renaissance sculptors. They are amazing. The way you feel like it's a sculpt, but you feel it's going to move. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
once you get a grasp of this, you really try to push your work. You always try to push your work,
yeah.
because once you see these guys, and there's this, but he's a painter. What's his name? He's a Renaissance art. He was a Dutch artist, a master of light. What's his name?
Oh,
The
jeez, you got
It's
me.
this guy. Okay, so this guy, once you see his paintings in real life, it breathes light. It pushes light out of the painting, out of the colors. It's amazing. Master of Light. I can't remember his name. He had a very tough life, by the way. Like
You're not,
there, yeah.
and I know it may not be him, but you're not thinking of like Van Gogh or jeez, what's the other one?
I
Like I said,
don't
you got
remember
me on
him.
that. But
Yeah.
is that? Do you feel like uh, for you? And I don't know. I kind of feel like that over in the West because over in the East and that you have the Louvre, you have all these different and Renaissance painters and artists and things like that. Do you feel like for people in the East that's an advantage because you've got a lot of the old time creators, whether it's painters, Da Vinci, Van Gogh, all that over there that you can access and go see, as opposed to, I mean, we have talented artists here and things like that. But as far as the masters over there, do you feel like that gives you kind of an advantage that
Well, it's actually like for us, like the placement, like if we are, let me get the camera. This is like here, the Middle East and Africa and all of that, and you have like where all of the Renaissance stuff. It's more to the northern part of the world map, so it's a bit to the west. So it's not really easy accessible as well. But
Mm,
and you know, like watching this stuff online, it doesn't do it any justice at
yeah,
all,
yeah,
at all. Like watching pictures and stuff, but it doesn't like here, for example. If you watch the golden mask for Tutankhamun
yeah,
and you watch it in real life, it's a huge difference.
yeah, yeah,
It's totally different once you see it in real life, and once you see like here we have like all of the ancient Egyptian stuff, right?
yeah. The pyramids, the Sphinx. Like I said, and that's on my bucket list. Really, I had a friend who posted a picture. He had went to Egypt and he was standing in front of one of the pyramids, and I was like, man, it must be so amazing to actually stand in front of
Yeah. So
something.
once you see it, and once you see it in real life, it's totally different. It's something else, you know.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, for everyone, we are having this amazing conversation with my friend Omar, uh, 3D character designer as well. What's the recording stuff? Ooh, wow, we are rolling. But super excited to have him on, and we've been having a great conversation and talking about his journey in the industry and the work that he's done. Uh, Omar, I said I was going to really respect your time for sure, because I know it's really past 11 there now. I know for sure, but I'm super excited to have you back on to talk about the game that you're working on now once it's released. Uh, Everybody, uh, please make sure. And I want to ask you this one final question. Um,
Yeah.
if you could go back kind of in time and stand in front of your younger self, what would be kind of the one thing, or what would you tell your kind of younger self now, knowing what you know now?
Sit down and keep working. You will get there, and I don't have to keep distracting myself with lots of other activities on the side. That's
Awesome,
what would make a huge difference. Yeah.
awesome. Well, Omar, like I said, I am definitely going to have you back on, and I appreciate you so much. One, for connecting with me in the first place, and being starting this friendship. Super, just always impressed with uh, your work, and like I said, I'm not gonna gush over your work. Your work sucks, man. So you can
Keep
continue.
working hard.
Keep working hard, man. Keep working. No, he does some
Yeah.
amazing work. Definitely, as you can see, uh, like I said, just his work is phenomenal. So I'm gonna say it. But please make sure that you connect with Omar. Go to his ArtStation page. You will see some amazing work there for sure. More amazing stuff. You can connect with him on his Instagram channel. He's also on Twitter. Uh, Definitely also on LinkedIn as well. That's how we connected for sure. So please make sure that you check out his work, get connected with him, and like I said, reach out. Well, of course, he's busy doing game stuff, but if you need a great modeler, character artist, he's
Yeah.
totally down for it. I'm sure. Um, all this information will be on the show notes on the channel. So make sure that you go there and find it for sure. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in to the episode. Let me take this off. It's got me covered. So, but make sure that you check out the episode for sure. If you're going to catch the replay, like I said, you can always go to the YouTube channel to check out this great episode and so many others. again, Omar, like I said, I can't thank you enough, my man. Like I said, you got such a great sense of humor. Like I said, can't help but laugh, man. Like I said, I'm still just. I'm gonna be thinking of Walk Like an Egyptian for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day. So please, nobody shoot me messages on hate messages or anything like that. I did not say that. Omar said it, so I can laugh at it now. So Omar said it for sure and referenced it. Walk like an Egyptian. Oh man, I gotta have that song just ringing in my head now. Uh, but so looking forward to, like I said, to having you back on. If you could hang out for just a minute in the green room while I close out the show, that
Yeah.
way I can, like I said, thank you again. I would appreciate that for sure. But
So
everybody, please help me thank my guest, my very special, special guest and friend, man, for sure, Mr. Omar Mansour. All
yeah,
right, all right. Hang out in the green room for a minute. Sorry, I don't have any snacks or anything like that, but I'm working on it.
yeah.
So, for sure. And I will get right back with you there while I
Sure.
close out the show.
Okay.
Guys, it's been a fun episode. And like I said, I've just had such a great time. Omar is such a funny guy. And like I said, it's always great it makes the show so much easier when you have a guest that's got such a great sense of humor. You can't help but laugh and you can't help but have a great episode. And this was another great episode for sure. And I want to thank all of my viewers. I want to thank Omar for joining us for sure. It's been a blast. What can I say? Just super excited to be back at it again. Make sure that you get connected into the Facebook group community. We are having a blast there, having great conversations. Facebook.com/groups/The Color of Motion. You don't want to miss out. What can I say? Like I said, we have such great guests like this and all the others. It's just, like I said, it's just fun. So I want to thank everybody again for joining me for this episode. Please make sure that you join me next week because we're going to have another great episode. What can I say? These episodes have been on fire, and I can't take the credit myself, but I've been getting some great guests on, and we've been having a great time. And so looking forward to next week's guest for sure. My man, Stan Hillard, visual effects and motion designer with Origin VFX Studios. So definitely looking forward to having him on and sitting down and chopping it up with him as well. Again, get connected with me. Find me on my social channels. Find me on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook group community. Become a part of the Color of Motion family because we are just open and welcoming to everybody that just has the same passion for what we love. Motion graphics, animation, visual effects, cartoons, and comics. And like I said, I love highlighting the diverse talent that is out there for sure. So with that, I am going to close out this episode. It was a great episode. So thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great rest of the weekend and a great week. See you next week.